It's Friday, on the streets of Kashmir's largest city. It's the day Muslims normally gather to pray. But in recent weeks, it's also become a day of protest. Indian authorities are working hard to keep a lid on displays like this. As protests break out across Kashmir, Indian officials repeat what has become a well-worn soundbite.
There has been no major law and order situation reported from across the valley. Life is slowly returning to normal.
And situation is returning back slowly to the normal.
But things here don't seem normal. But when India moved to strip the region of its autonomy on August 5th, the situation came to this. Thousands more troops, and a curfew bringing daily life to a standstill. Phone lines and internet access were shut down, cutting off around 8 million Kashmiris from the outside world. Fahmida Shagu was at home with her children and her in-laws on August 9th. Police started firing tear gas at protesters outside. Fahmida's husband Rafiq helped rush her to the hospital, but doctors could not revive her.
We really demand justice. But from who? I don't know if we'll get justice, my kids will get justice. I don't know.
Parvez Sofi says he was at home when he heard a commotion outside. When he opened the door to see what was happening, he became a target.
खाली जैसे ही मेरे को देखा तो मेरे को पीछे पैलेट ठोक दिया और पैलेट सारे मेरे को अंदर रह गए.
In the name of maintaining law and order, Indian forces have license to shoot with near impunity in Kashmir.
वो तो इनका अपना ये हुकूमत चल रही है तो वो तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. वो गोली चलाएंगे, पैलेट चलाएंगे, जो उनकी मर्जी होगी वो चला सकते हैं.
There's no official number for the injured. But in just one hospital here, sources told us over 60 people had been admitted with pellet wounds since the lockdown began. Since early August, thousands have been arrested without being charged, and there's no indication when or if they'll be released.
It's my kids. They're asking me every night why Mama has died. It's really hard.
As our plane approaches the airport, we are asked to close the blinds on our windows, a telling sign of what is to come. Outside, military personnel line the streets as far as the eye can see. In the days leading up to the revocation of Article 370, the Indian government moved 45,000 additional troops to Kashmir, tightening its grip on a region that is already infamous for being one of the world's most militarized zones. With even pro-India opposition leaders under house arrest, fear and anger are palpable amongst those who braved the curfew to come out on the streets.
India is trying to exert its power on us. All over there's a military occupation. We've been locked in our homes. And then this new law has been forced on us. We do not accept it. No matter what, we will take back our special status from India.
This unprecedented crackdown is causing tensions to flare.
Madam, hide your camera, please.
Time and again, we have to reroute our journey to avoid protesters or policemen who do not want our camera around. The city is gripped by fear and mistrust. The situation is particularly tough for Kashmiri women. We meet Ulfat, who agrees to invite us into her house on the condition that we don't reveal her last name.
I don't want to show my face because I'm scared. My husband has a back problem. How can we manage? My kids have been running around every day to get medicines. This morning they bought some for me. How will we manage? Who will help us? I'm so tense. Death is better than this.
Ulfat has not left her house in 6 days. In the absence of a daily wage, her family is close to the edge.
We don't have anything left to eat. Nothing.
How long has this been going on?
When there's no money, what can we eat?
We're scared. We don't go outside. If we do, they will fire bullets on us, as they have been ordered from the center. That is why we don't allow our kids and men to go outside. We women also don't go anywhere.
Today we have nothing. We are in mourning.
People are waiting here since morning 9 and still they didn't got the time to make a phone call. It's totally messed up.
Local authorities have made 2 phones available that people can use to make a single shot call.
I've come here to call my child. I've been trying to do this since morning, running everywhere for it. No one has helped, not a single officer. Please think about our kids. Think about their future, their studies, their health. Kids are dying at home right now.
Only a few kilometers away, the neighborhood of Saura Anchar has emerged as a focal point for resistance. Young and old have been gathering here every day in defiance of a law that bans public meetings. They believe that India has violated assurances enshrined in its own constitution. This group of young students has just brought their injured friend to the hospital.
I live in Sura. We were protesting there and suddenly the police arrived. They attacked us with pellet guns.
The pellet gun has become the military's weapon of choice. None of them want to risk showing their faces on television, but the victim echoes the same resentment we have been hearing again and again.
This weapon's for using on animals, but here they're using it on us. There's so much injustice against Kashmiris right now. I want to tell Modi to leave our Kashmir. We want our freedom.
We heard that in the neighborhood of Batamalo, Indian soldiers went inside houses at night and broke the doors and windows. They have picked up young boys and men. They beat up women. Whoever tried to stop them was also beaten up. If you just went 5 or 6 houses ahead, you will find families in this area as well whose sons were picked up by the army. They picked up 3 to 4 boys who were young teenagers.
The biggest mosques are locked down, and the loudspeakers that blare the call to prayer are silent. Movement is severely restricted, and those coming home to see their families are shocked by what they find.
I have been coming from Delhi, and the media in Delhi, they already said that everything is fine, shops are open, there's no curfew here in Kashmir. I have been walking all the way, almost 20 kilometers by walk, and still I have to go again 20 kilometers to my home to reach my family because I didn't have any contact. The police barricades have stopped us more than 20 times. That where are you going? There's curfew. We can shoot. We'll shoot you. So everything is fake. Whatever the news goes out from Srinagar, it's everything fake. Really, you can see my condition. I've been all the way from Delhi.
Some in the national media have thrown their weight behind the government, putting out reports that have little bearing to the reality on the ground. On Eid, thousands have gathered once again in Sora. To keep the military out, people have blocked the streets with makeshift barriers. They are determined to continue their resistance with the only weapons they have: slogans and stones.